Hi, Karen here from Karen Clark Creations, an artsy introvert. In this video, I'll be working on painting Friends Season 1, Episode 3, The One with the Thumb. This will finish up the first page in my sketchbook. I will be adding some notes for each episode, so I have been sure to leave space for that. I chose to paint the football phone that Phoebe gets from her bank to represent this episode. Right now, I'm trying to figure out which color brown I want the football to be. I finally decided I wanted more like a burgundy, maybe like with a pinkish purplish hue. You're going to see me be careful to paint around that oval oblong shape where the bank name and logo go. Even though we don't know the bank name and logo, I'm still going to try to leave it open to figure out later. I'm also going to be careful to paint around the stitches on the football. However, later on, I'm going to paint right over top of them because I realized I can use Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed proof white to clean it back up and put them back in. It's just so much easier than having to go around those tiny little spots over and over again. Other ideas I had for this episode were focused around Chandler's disgusting cigarette habit that he started. No one liked it. I was thinking maybe doing a pack of cigarettes and an ashtray to nod out to that a little bit, or maybe a pack of gum, because I love the line where he says, "Joey ate my last stick of gum, so I killed him." That's a great one. I also thought maybe a soda can with a thumb popping out of it, but that was a little bit too gross for my taste. And then, there's always the joke where, a guy holds up his hand, the index finger and thumb sticking out to measure the length of, But I didn't want to draw a hand, so I skipped that one. Okay, so after I dried my football, I'm going to go in with another layer of that burgundy brown color. I've got to build it up slowly. For me to charge in with a full dark color is a bit rough. I struggle with that. I find that I'm better off if I just do layer upon layer upon layer. Maybe someday I'll get better at it. Maybe by the time I get to the end of the sketchbook, I'll be better at it. But right now, I'm doing multiple layers, and that is okay. That is my process, and it works for me. Now I'm adding the bottom base to the football. And I messed up. I did not mean to leave that light part of the football unpainted. So I'm going to mix up more of the burgundy, and I'm going to paint that in, but the camera shut off, so magically, there it is. Unknown logo coming in. Okay, now I'm putting in the gaps of where the handset is. Is that the right word for that? Handset, where you hold it up to your head. There is, there's a black line all around from where you pick that up, so it's all the shadows around it. I struggle a little bit with this in the perspective because football is just such a strange shape, and looking at it from this angle, I kind of struggled with where the other side of the handset would be and the shadows would be. And of course my pencil lines got painted over with a super dark burgundy in multiple layers. So I kind of had to make it up again I think it's fine. I mean, how many football phones have actually been painted, do you think? I don't think there's been very many, so I think this is pretty good. By the end, it's pretty good. Right now, it's a hot mess, but it's gonna get there. And I'm gonna give it a dark black cord. I thought that would be fun so that I could add highlights to it to make it pop out. And I gotta tell you, getting the cord drawn in was a little bit difficult. It's gonna go a little wonky, but that's okay. I'm happy with it. I thought it was fun in this episode when Chandler is in his little cubicle and he's smoking, and then he sprays in his mouth the mouth spray, and then he sprays in the air the air deodorizer, and then he takes another puff and he does the opposite and does the air deodorizer in his mouth and this mouth spray up in the air. Oh, Chandler. Crack me up. Just gonna clean up that a little bit. I covered up the lasagna from episode 2 so that my hand didn't smudge it. It was a little warm up here, and I feel like my hand was a little bit moist, and I was afraid all the time I spent on that lasagna would get messed up, so I covered it up. Now I'm going to add some water and blot out where those stitches or laces are on the phone. Just water back and forth on the paper, and then blot with a towel and lift up the color the best I could. I'm going to put a shadow under the football, and I chose to do a really soft purpley color that would kind of be like the same color as Monica's walls. I really liked adding the shadow under the cord. I think it really brought it together and anchored it. Okay, I've dried it with my heat tool, and now I'm going to take some white gouache and I'm going to add it to the purpley color I mixed up, and I'm going to add that as a highlight to the dark areas, because highlight of a dark black color could be like a purple or a blue, and I think the purple that I mixed up is going to work great for that. I'm going to put it on the cord. I'm going to do a couple layers of highlight on the cord to really give it emphasis of the shininess of the old school cords. And I'm adding it anywhere else that I see that really dark, rich black color. I'm going to add wherever I think a highlight might be. I'm also going to use that mixture as a base layer for the laces. I will eventually build up the layers and make those more bright white. Those laces are not evenly spaced, and it is fine. This is my Friends Sketchbook. It's fine. It's getting the point across, and in the end I love it. In all of its wonkiness. I love it. Is that me telling you or me telling me? I'm not sure. I think that highlight really adds something. It makes the cord pop out that much better. I really liked that. Okay, here I go. Footballs are not smooth. They are extremely textured, and I thought I would try putting the texture on there. I regretted my decision. However, I moved forward with it, and I am going to call this the pox stage. I just add thousands of little dots. Thousands. There are so many dots on this ball of varying shades of color. You just kind of have to trust the process with this one. I will put them on, and then I also use a paper towel to blot to kind of kick them back a notch, because I don't want them to be like crazy bright in your face. So I just found that if they're still damp, I can blot with my towel and get all kinds of varying degrees of color. Was it necessary? I don't know, but I did it anyway. More dots. And even more dots. So many dots. Adding another layer on the laces to brighten them up even more. And another layer of highlight on the cord, which I think it definitely needed. Very sporadically, I'm adding bright white. I am not doing very many in comparison, I guess, not very many, but they're not going to stay that bright. They're gonna knock back a little bit right there. It's just for a few random ones to make it look like this. The light might be shining on them and having them stand out. I wanted that highlight to be a little stronger. I wanted to add some dimension to it. Okay, now I'm going to just scribble. There is no writing, it's just scribbles of what I think a bank name might be. I was going to make up a bank name, and then I decided not to, that just having scribbles would be better. I'm adding a bit of shadow to the laces so that it looks like they're popped up off the football as it would be on a real football. Okay, I'm adding the last bit of highlights that I think it might be needed anywhere on the football. And that would be it. This was Season 1, Episode 3. Let me know in the comments what you think about this episode of Friends and my painting. Give me a like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications of newly uploaded videos because the next episode will be out soon. This finishes up page 1 of my sketchbook.